Okay, it's time to continue playing Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Alright, Sir Fred is level 4 now. Let's have a look at some of the abilities he's gotten since he was level 1. Alright, as you can see, the skill list is a lot larger now. He's a more experienced fighter and has got experience with different areas, namely throwing, due to spamming out the darts against the worms, and dodging. Now, I don't really want to train dodging up because I don't find it particularly useful with this type of character, and while it's on, it's wasting my experience points, so I'm going to turn that off. When it's grayed out, it won't be trained and it won't waste my experience points. For that matter, I'm not sure if I will need armor or shields too much at the moment. So I may as well go ahead and turn those off as well. And throwing. So all I'm training at the moment is fighting and maces, which is going to increase my hit points and my fighting ability. Alright, so we're back up at level 1 after running from the monsters on level 2. Let's rest up on level 1 and continue our journey down on level 2. Alright, there are some highlighted items there. The highlight means that I've used them as a missile attack, so as I walk over there I can collect my missiles once again. Die newt, perfect. I was hungry anyway. Alright, this episode is probably going to feature my death at some point because, oh, there's an altar. A glowing golden altar of the Shining One. Let's pray to the altar and see what the Shining One's about. The Shining One. He's a deity. He's on a crusade against evil. Followers and their allies may be granted various blessings upon mercilessly slaying evil and unholy beings. Alright, that's a good thing. However, gods such as these have codes of conduct which needs to be followed to enable you to receive the benefits and to avoid their wrath. This god's code of conduct is that I must never use unholy or evil magic, which is fine because I'm a fighter. I don't have any magic at the moment, and I'm expected to prove my moral superiority by fighting honorably. Long-standing persistence is appreciated, and if I decide that the Shining One is not the god for me, I can shift my worship to either Zin or Elivion without penalty. And at the moment he's neutral. I haven't done anything to displease him. Do I wish to join this religion? Why not? Let's become a sort of pseudo-paladin. Up here we can see that I'm now a human of the Shining One, and we can read some more info of that on this screen here. Religion. This is a summary of the god I'm worshipping. My current title, I'm an acolyte. I currently have no favour with the god at the moment, and the granted powers I have for my current level of faith is that the Shining One occasionally watches over me and occasionally shields me from negative energy, which is good. It's certainly a lot better than having no one watch over you and have no one shield you from negative energy. Right, since I'm a lot stronger now, I'm going to try to... there's that necrophage again. Let's... Jeez, I'm in trouble. I've got to run. No... Oh great, I've got a debuff. Rot. This is my character screen. It shows me some more information for my character. I've got no resistances to anything. This is the items I've got equipped. In my weapon slot I've got a mace. I'm wearing scale mail. I'm holding a shield with a curse on it. I've got no other items, so they're not granting me any benefits. And I'm rotting. Yeah, got no mutations or weirdness. And let's just hope that this debuff doesn't kill me. Let's see if one of my potions is a healing potion. Feel very buoyant. Gently float away from the floor. Potion of levitation. Alright, I don't want to accidentally quaff a potion of poison right now because that will... good. The rot has stopped. I don't want to accidentally quaff a potion of poison while I'm like this, while I'm rotting away, because that'll spell my death for sure. Since I've suffered the rot debuff, my maximum hit points has been lowered from 36 to 31 now. I have to find a potion of restoration to cure that. I'll see what this potion does. Potion of resistance. And I've got some scrolls. Let's read what they do. Read the scroll. The dust glows dark umber. It was a scroll of random uselessness. Alright. That didn't do anything special. Random uselessness just has some random message or random effect, which pops up and then vanishes. Alright. Perfect. A scroll of remove curse, which has removed the curse on my shield. I can now remove it. Not that I actually wanted to remove it anyway, because even if it was cursed, it was still granting me armor. And let's read our last scroll. Let's just hope that this last scroll is not a recurse of some kind. Ooh. This scroll is a special scroll. It can only be used on an item, which makes me think that it's a scroll of identify. I don't really have anything to identify at the moment except my glowing dwarven hand axe, so let's see if it's in fact a scroll of identify. Nothing appears to happen. It did not identify the item, so it wasn't. Damn monsters on this level. Surprisingly tough. Chainmail. I'm already wearing... I thought I was wearing enchanted armor, but I wasn't. And we already know about chainmail. It's inferior to my scale mail. Alright. Over on the right hand side there's some places we haven't explored yet, so let's go over there. I'm also getting very hungry, which means that I've got to find some monsters to butcher pretty soon. Staircase down. Alright, let's go down to the next level. Near starving. I can eat my ration, but I'm gonna wait until I absolutely have no other choice before I eat that, because once I eat the ration, it's gone. I will not have that windfall again. Oh, another scroll of remove curse. It's identified because I've used the scroll of remove curse before, so I already know what it does without having to experiment. Let's just hope I can find something to kill before I actually do start starving. Hobgoblin. You're edible. Haha. Perfect. Not starving anymore. Alright. Let's continue exploring this level. The monsters might be a little bit tougher on this level. Let's just hope I don't run into anything I can't handle here. If I can get some experience points, I'll go back up and try to kill Iljib. because he's probably gonna drop an item, which is gonna be very handy to me and increase the chances of my survival. Very awkward section of the dungeon this part is. Oh geez, another scroll of Move Curse. Been really lucky in finding those. Funny that I haven't found a scroll of Identify yet. They're the most common types of scroll. Apparently, scroll of Move Curse is more common this time. An identified scroll. I feel pretty safe in using this scroll because even if it is a scroll of Bestow Curse upon random piece of item, I can remove it with my scroll of Move Curse. So let's see what it does. It's another scroll which can be used on an item. So let's try our hand axe again. Nothing appears to happen. What a shame. Rats, die rats. Oh look, a cap. Let's put on our cap. And you can see that the sprite has updated. We're now wearing a little cap, which is a nice little touch. Alright, a cap. Cloth or leather cap. It gives me no armor. And has no modifier to evasion. It can be enchanted to give an armor bonus of +2, but at the moment it's mostly cosmetic. I think I'll just wear it anyway. Die hobgoblin, since the chunks of flesh I have in my inventory are rotting away. I'm going to butcher you and replenish my stocks. Doors. Ah, jeez. Nothing terribly interesting on this level. Which is odd. Just random monsters to kill. I haven't run into any special vaults like what we saw in Room 1. The Shining One is a nice god for new players to worship because you don't have to go out of your way to do acts of devotion. Your devotion increases just for the simple fact that you're worshipping him. Oh jeez, where'd those chunks go? Oh well. Oh great. I'm sick because that neutral face on the meat, which had a chance for it to be good or bad, turned out that the meat was bad. Now, being sick is not the same as being poisoned. There's another altar up there. But yeah, being sick just stops my ability to regenerate health. It doesn't actively remove health. So until my sickness gets cured, I won't be able to regenerate health if I get damaged. There's another altar, an ancient bone altar of Kikubakurada. He's a terrible demon god, served by those who wish to indulge in the powers of death. He's evil. Oh dear. Well, he probably doesn't get along with our god, so let's just ignore him for now. There's a snake. Snakes are dangerous creatures because they can poison you. Let's throw darts. They also move really fast like bats, so you've got to be careful. Oh well. Die. Good thing you didn't poison us. Let's pick it up, throwing it again. Club. There's a robe. Useful for mages to wear because it doesn't reduce their evasion modifier. Yeah, starving. More gecko flesh. Another gecko. Bats. Really frustrating to fight. Stay still. Good. Oops. leather armor. The stereotypical rogue and scoundrel armor. Now we're starting to encounter orcs. Orcs are a little bit tougher than hobgoblins, goblins, and kobolds because they can come in the orc warrior and wizard varieties as well as orcish clerics. And they are a big menace. So if we run into a big party of orcs, which usually involves multiple of those types of orcs, then I'm probably going to run away from them. Kobolds at the moment pose no problems to us, so we don't have to worry about running into those anymore. There's a pit. It's like a staircase, only it's not optional. If you walk onto the pit, you will fall down it. And on to the next level. I don't really feel like going to the next level at the moment because I probably won't be able to handle what's there. Later on, as we progress further into the dungeon, we'll reach certain areas which will branch off to certain parts of the dungeon. At the moment we're in the main dungeon, which is just levels 1 to 20, I think. But as we progress down the dungeon, we might find a staircase which leads to a dungeon branch, such as the orc caves. The orc caves are not part of the main dungeon. They're like a separate offshoot for it, but you want to go down them anyway because they contain treasure. And will increase your chances of survival in the main dungeon. They're quite dangerous though, so don't go in them unless we're prepared. We'll probably run into our first dungeon branch around dungeon level 6. It'll probably be the sewer. The sewer's pretty easy to take care of and gives us some nice items to improve our survivability. Okay. Oh jeez, what a barren floor. Yeah, corpses left too long will have toadstools growing from them. Mages can beat them up to train basic fighting skills, but established fighters such as Sir Fred get no experience from beating up fungi. Alright, well, since that was pretty useless, let's continue down to the next level. Dungeon level 4, as shown by here. We are 85% on our way to level 5. Oh, jeez. An ogre. Ogres, like worms, do lots of melee damage, so let's err on the side of caution and throw our throwing net at it. Damn it. I keep missing it. Oh well, let's try to beat it up. But be prepared to run if it starts causing us any trouble. Oh, crap. Yep, I've got to run. Ah. Yeah, that was probably going to happen. Well, it looks like this ends the adventures of Sir Fred. He managed to land a critical hit on me, and I die. That's a shame. Which means that this game features permanent death. Sir Fred is dead forever. This is the equipment he was carrying at the moment of death. All unidentified items have been identified now, so I can see what those two pieces of jewelry were when I picked them up. An uncursed amulet of guardian spirit and an uncursed amulet of faith. The uncursed amulet of faith would have actually been quite useful because, as you can see for yourself, it makes it easier to please your god. So it would have helped me gain more faith from the Shining One. Oh well, we're dead now, so it doesn't matter. And an uncursed amulet of Guardian Spirit. Immune to external damage, draining magical power instead. Alright, so what that does is turn my mana bar into like a buffer for damage. Instead of taking off hit points worth of damage, it'll take off magic points instead. Which is good for fighters, but if you're playing as a mage, you probably want to keep your mana for spellcasting, not for acting as like a shield. Unless you're in danger, then you'll probably want to. Oh well. This is Sir Fred. He gets committed to my high score sheet here. He died on dungeon level 4, began as a human fighter, demolished by an ogre. For 24 damage. Minus 16 hit points. Yeah, fighting that ogre was not a smart idea. Oh well, live and learn. Damn that ogre. Oh well. Let's go to the arena for a moment. The arena is a special feature in Dungeon Crawl where you can pit monsters to fight each other. The Royal Jelly is a really strong monster which you find much later on in the game. He's actually an avatar for like the god of slime. So naturally, when a monster really annoys the crap out of me by killing me in the story mode, let's pit him against the Royal Jelly. So, Orc versus the Royal Jelly. Let's see how he does. Oh yeah. That makes me feel a little bit better. Let's give him some backup. And have 99 orcs versus the Royal Jelly. And let's see how they do. My money's on the Royal Jelly. And you'll see why. Those orcs do not stand a chance. Die, 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 die. Yes, this is my own personal purgatory for monsters which annoy me in the story mode. Usually that ends up being as stupid centaurs. Centaurs cause a lot of problems. They're a monster which you encounter a little later on in the dungeon. They move really fast, they shoot a lot of arrows in a short amount of time, they deal a lot of damage, and you can't outrun them. You can't outrun them because they're centaurs. They've got like the legs of a horse. Unless you're also a centaur or have some way of escaping through magic means, then you're not going to get away. They're really annoying. And what I tell you, the Royal Jelly just demolished that entire orc group. Oh well. I guess next time we're going to be starting up a new character and seeing how they do. Hopefully I'll be going a little bit further than Dungeon Level 4 next time. I don't usually play as a warrior, so it was hard for me to gauge my fighting skill against certain enemies. So I didn't exactly know when to run away. Anyway, thanks for watching this train wreck. I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.